Hi everyone, I'm Jack from SharpCloud, and today I'm going to be walking you through smart forms in SharpCloud. By the end of this video, you'll know how to create smart forms, how they work, and some of the features that you can access in a SharpCloud smart form. You can see I've already got this form open that I've been working in, but I'm going to start building a new one in this story. So if I select to add a new view, select widget views, and then scroll to find the smart form, you'll see I get a smart form that's already pre-built. If I open the form designer, I can see the properties that the form already includes, name and description, and a particular tab that it includes, which is the general tab that currently has the category field. From here, I could add new fields, such as availability, and I could add new tabs. So maybe I'll call this tab dates. And underneath it, I'll add some new fields that are themed around dates. And I'm always making the changes across the different builders. So the global changes on the left-hand side, and then the specific changes to the actual properties on the right-hand side. I'm just going to put availability in here just for the sake of ease of showing. I can give these things a particular display name. So I might want to call this, what is the availability of this item? So that it's more of a question for a user coming in to be able to use it. And I can make changes to how it appears on the form, setting it to have different types of widths. Once I then save this, we can just jump back in and start to see what the form itself is looking like. So now we have these two tabs, general and dates. We have what is the availability of this item in place of availability. And we've got our name, availability, and description up the top in the core section of the form, where we just added those fields that weren't grouped into a particular tab. And that's all come through from the form designer. You can see that I can move through all of the items in my story one by one. You can see the name is changing up at the top. And then I can make changes to the information that's attached to them. If I open the form designer, I can also get at the JSON sitting behind it. So for those of you who are more advanced in your use of JSON, you can do forms of coding sitting behind the form. I'm going to show just one example, which is a very common change that users will make to the JSON, which is this allow create new item field. I'm just going to change it from false to true. And if I save that, now I've got this option to add a new item that appears in the form. When I select add new item, you see I get this completely blank field where I can enter in a new name, a new description, if I wanted to, new values for availability, and also new information about the category and all of the other things that we've built in to our form. So that's how you start to build out this form and really start to interact with it, create a user journey where people can move through different tabs, filling out different pieces of information. One other thing that you might want to do is to embed this onto another SharpCloud view. And how you do that is essentially by using it as a widget. So if I select the widget menu and select the form itself, you can see that it has a URL that I could then embed into a widget or a plugin on any other view. So if I just jump into this layer view, for instance, there isn't really much space to put it, but if I were to open up this widget and embed the URL, maybe if I just edit the view margins very quickly to give myself some space to include the smart form, now I can start to pull this form in on the top of my view. There's much cleaner ways that you could do this, but the key takeaway here is that the forms can be embedded across different views using that plugin function. So that's the key things that you need to know about using smart forms. Thank you very much for watching.